Sports Orbit. We make the world go round.
Hello and welcome to yet another edition of Sports Orbit right here on the Leadership Podcast Studio. My name is Olawale Ayen and I'll be your host for today. And I have with me a great man who will be talking sport today. I have the sports editor, a leadership newspaper, Sally Forsman. It's great to have you join us today.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Very loaded package.
I'm looking so sharp.
Thank you.
Alpha, of course, the man on blue today. Are you supporting blues?
No, apparently I'm wearing blue, but you know the club I support. But once again, pleasure to be here.
Is he mistaken blue?
Somehow,
of
I
course,
didn't find the red to wear, so I wore blue.
Of course, it's a look that package today. The group phase of the Super Eagles has been done. Also, action actually going down right there in Nairobi, Kenya, where the World Athletics Under 20, which is actually going on. Breaking news from Kenya, just that Team Nigeria has won their first gold medal in the 4x4 mixed relay. But for now, we head straight to the news that actually came all the way from Cameroon yesterday, where the Super Eagles of Nigeria has been drawn. You can see the groups right there on your screen. Super Eagles of Nigeria is drawn in Group D with several times champion Egypt, Sudan, and Guinea-Bissau in that particular one. Looking at Group A, Cameroon, Burkina Faso, Ethiopia, Cape Verde. Group B, we have Senegal, Zimbabwe, Guinea, Malawi. Group C, we have Morocco, we have Ghana, we have Comoros, we have Gabon in that particular group, where Group E, Algeria, Sierra Leone, Equatorial Guinea, Cote d'Ivoire. And then in Group F, we have Tunisia, Mali, Mauritania, and the Gabon in that particular group. Gambia, sorry.
Gambia.
Okay, looking at our group, because that's the most, the one we actually be focusing on today. Nigeria, Egypt, Sudan, Guinea-Bissau. Can we actually, make it group leaders out of that group?
Just like we, discussed yesterday, in the build-up to these draws, we had hoped that Nigeria was going to meet a certain Cape Verde and Comoros, which in my opinion would have still been a favorable draw. But, looking at this group, we have Egypt, we have Guinea-Bissau, and which other team is in that group now? Sudan. Favorable draw, I must confess. Clearly, off the top of my head, Egypt, Nigeria, have no excuse not to make it out of this group. And, of course, they are always upset in football and all that. But sincerely speaking, I'm not expecting any upset this time around. Something has to go terribly wrong in the squad of the Egyptians or the Super Eagles for there to be an upset. So I think the Super Eagles and Egypt should easily, make it out of this group.
We know Egypt are 7 times champion. They have won the tournament 7 times. They are the most successful side when it comes to the Afcon in the history of the game. Do you see us, getting to beat them in that particular group game, and for us to actually emerge as the winner of that group?
The last match between Egypt and Nigeria was the match to them. That was
2016.
It is the qualifier, right?
1-0.
We lost to Ghana at the same time, but if you look at
Kaduna.
that was we draw in Kaduna.
Okay.
And then when we lost to them, that was in our qualification to the Afcon 2015. But this ambitious, if you look at this draw specifically, it's a fair draw, just like Mr. Alpha said, and Nigeria have no excuse to say we will not be able to qualify from this group. But in football, there's no minor in football. There's no any country that is inclusive. But now, even as we say that Guinea-Bissau is a very relative or known team when it comes to football, in terms of football pedigree, they can't compare them to Nigeria. And at the same time, the other Sudan. But Sudan has been there for a very long time. They are always there. They are always at the Nations Cup, so they have the experience also. But even as that, you can't compare them to Nigeria. So you can see that easily on paper, Nigeria, Egypt should have an easy ride from that group. But I'm worried. But when I started drawing yesterday, I was a bit relaxed and I said, it's an easy one. But listening this morning from the comment I'm hearing from the Nigerian coach, he says it's a difficult group.
Of course.
But if Genedros has now come out to say you are playing against Egypt, Sudan, Guinea, and you see it's a difficult group. So what we have expected? So if
I'm sure maybe he
if you are
doesn't
being
want to
pitched,
get our hopes too high, so
Okay.
that Nigerian will expect too much
Too
from
much.
the Eagles. I think so.
okay,
I think this will just be a
I
mind
agree
game.
with you. It's a football strategy of technique.
Mhm.
Okay, it's good, but at the same time, what we need to do, either you are a draw against a minor or non-minor, but you want to stand who you is your preparation. Super Eagles need to prepare hard, work hard. Because our target is not even to qualify from the group, is to win the cup. Because we are, if you look at the Afcon history, we have played in the final more than any other country,
Of
but
course.
we only have three records, three titles to show for it.
The most
So-
successful bronze medalist.
Exactly.
So what we need to do is to prepare hard and ensure that at least playing in the Cameroon, we should be able to go to Cameroon and win this cup for the first time. We shouldn't, because the last time we waited for almost 18 years before we won 2013, and 2013 is almost 8 years now. We shouldn't wait for another 18 years before we win it again. So it's time, within 8 years, we should time now. The NFF, the Nigeria Football Federation, and all those that are consigned should ensure that all the necessary preparation, everything is put in place. But now we have the players. The players are there in all departments of football. We have the players. We come to defend every angle of the department. We have the players. But what is missing now is the structures and the preparation to be top notch to ensure that Nigeria do well at this point. And I believe that to add to it, Nigerians are growing up very high in the expectation when it comes to sport. You see what happened at the Tokyo Olympic. Despite the team made some appreciable impact, but Nigerians were not satisfied because Nigerians are not ready to settle for any less. So I think the Phoenix and the school and like to go relief from what happened at the Tokyo Olympic and ensure that they prepare hard. But Nigeria will not accept anything less than trophy this time around.
Looking at what Kenneth Ross said, as the coach of the Super Eagles, a good preparation for the Super Eagles is key to success for the difficult Group D. That is actually coming from Raw when I actually saw the group yesterday. But let's just take a rundown for each of the group. Let's see. Let's just have your take. Looking at Group A, we have Cameroon, Burkina Faso, Ethiopia, and Cape Verde. Which two teams do you see progressing in that particular?
This group A is kind of a very, very tricky group. I could easily say Cameroon, could scale through, but Cape Verde in the last couple of years, Cape Verde have really, put up some very, very fine displays, when it comes to football. So I could say Cape Verde and Cameroon, but Burkina Faso are also not, pushovers. So, but I think this is the group for me that is closest to what we call the group of death. But Cameroon, they have the advantage of being the host, so they should be able to, scale through. But Burkina Faso, Cape Verde, between one of them, I think they should join Cameroon as the other a team to qualify from that group.
Talifu, which team do you see qualify from the Group A?
Yeah, I think I agree with Mr. Alford. It looked very tricky, but Burkina Faso has always been there. They were the runner-up in 2013, and that was where the really did well. We were lucky to beat them in that final. But since that 2020, I didn't see any much of their impact in the Nations Cup matches. But Cameroon can easily get out from that, just like he said. But it's going to be between Cape Verde and Cameroon. I don't see the Ethiopia challenges for anything.
That's what Ethiopia challenging. Of course, may I know that Burkina Faso, they have well experience in the Afcon, so they should actually make it out of that group. But Cape Verde, there is a youth team, a very, very good side in that particular. So Cameroon will qualify for me. Then any between Burkina Faso and Cape Verde, what I will actually go for Burkina Faso. Group B, we have Senegal, runners-up in the last one in 2019 in Egypt, Zambia, Guinea, Zimbabwe, Guinea, and Malawi. Who is your pick at this point?
Senegal, Guinea.
How about you?
Yeah, Senegal, Guinea, but Senegal is a sub bet that will definitely qualify from that group. But between Guinea and Malawi, Zimbabwe, I don't think that.
I really don't see Zimbabwe and Malawi threatening Guinea and Senegal in this group.
But this is football. You don't just knock out somebody like that. But I see Malawi and Guinea be able to challenge.
Of course.
And remember, apart from this group, there's also best losers.
Best losers.
Best losers.
Join
the qualifiers.
Of course, looking at Group C, Morocco, Ghana, Cosmos, and Gabon. I think that is another group for me. Is another group of death.
If you look at Group C on paper, it's just you say Ghana, Morocco, If you on paper, you see Ghana, Morocco, but don't forget it.
Gabon is quite a tough team also. So,
but you don't compare Gabon to Morocco and you don't compare them to Ghana.
No, like you said, on paper,
yes, on paper.
But for me, I think that's too close to call. I really can't say. In the last couple of years, national team wise, Morocco haven't really been, up there. So it won't come as a surprise to me if they don't even make it out of that group.
Morocco were the last World Cup in Russia, and they were, I think, to me, they're the best African team in that at the Russia 2018 World Cup. They're really impressed.
Well, do they still have, those same players?
And they have very young players who are also doing well in their respective club. So I think, although just like it's too close to call, but if you had to put my money on it, I would say Ghana, Morocco.
Ghana, Morocco, of course. It's going to be difficult, but let's just keep our finger crossed. That group for me is a group of death. Anything can happen in that particular group. We'll go to Group E, Algeria, that's the champions, reigning champions, Sierra Leone, Equatorial Guinea, and Cote d'Ivoire.
Easy pick. Algeria, Cote d'Ivoire.
Of course, for sure. Every other person will just go for Algeria and Cote d'Ivoire.
We saw what Sierra Leone did to Nigeria. They came from 4 goals behind and they came to actually draw that match. Equatorial Guinea also.
Forget that rubbish that happened.
Of course. Okay, go to Group F, Tunisia, Mali, Mauritania, and the Gabon. The Gambia. Sorry. Why am I calling us Gabon? Gambia.
But if on paper you say Tunisia, Mali.
Of course.
Tunisia, Mali.
Quite also a tricky group, but I go for Tunisia, Mali.
Of course, Tunisia or Mali. Okay. The Afcon, will actually, start on January 9. It will run to February. That will be happening next year. This is the 33rd edition of the Afcon, and hopefully it will actually kick off at the 9th of January. So we'll keep you abreast of every development that will be happening concerning Team Nigeria and the quest to win the 4th title. Away from that, we head straight to athletics, where the Under-20 World Athletics Championship, which is currently happening in Nairobi, Kenya, has seen Nse Uko. She is actually the reigning champion when it comes to Under-18. She has actually qualified in the 400 meters event in that particular one. Our news actually coming from Kenya at this point in time that Team Nigeria has won their first gold medal in the 4x4 mixed relay team. As you can see them, they have won the gold medal. What can you say about the team performance so far? It just started today.
Well, interesting. Good. That's a good way to start. And one takeaway from this event is that, like this Uko in particular, he was at the Olympic.
Yes.
He was the youngest athlete at the Olympic.
At the age of 17.
At the age of 17, and he was part of the team. Nigeria Miss Relay team. And if you look at the Olympic game, because of the side distraction and some of the embarrassments that happened, make people get carried away. From the progress that will happen at the Olympics, from the progress side of the team Nigeria. Like that young girl, he was part of the team Miss Relay, and from there, at the age of 17, you may not have expected her to win a gold medal, but it's part of the experience. And that experience that you can see that the exposure is now showing at the athletic championship here.
Exactly.
So because Olympics.
He's still with his members anyway.
Olympics is a big stage. It's a big stage, and for her now, African Championship is nothing to her because he has experience at the high level. So that has both her confidence and her morale. And you can see that yes, he has qualified for the final, ran a very good time, and part of the team is part of the Miss Four everything to win a gold medal quickly. So oftentimes our concessions will not be winning, just like Rafa says. It's not about winning. But you should look at what is the likely impact of what we are doing now.
And just to add quickly, like during the Olympic show, we said it here over and over again, when we go to the continent, all these continental championships, we seem to perform very well. But by the time we are placed side by side with other big guns from other
but
other
this-
parts of the world.
But this is the world athletics. This is the world
This is what
athletics.
Yes,
World
okay,
championship.
okay.
all the
Let's say
countries-
under 20. So
under
okay,
20.
let's say maybe what happens in
Mm.
football
Mm.
is also happening to us in athletics. We go
Yes.
for age group competitions,
And we
do
perform
very well.
Mm.
Then when the
Bigger stage.
you know bigger stage, we seem to fall by the wayside. So I really hope that going into the Commonwealth Games and the Olympics, we can replicate this kind of performances.
Of course, are going to Commonwealth and the Olympics. We can actually put up this same performance. If we can actually beat them at the under 20 level, we see no reason why we cannot actually
Absolutely.
beat them at the big the world biggest stage. But for now, we'll go for a short break. When we come back, news from the Super Afcon camp and also from volleyball, and also Arsenal is in the news today also. But for now, we'll go for a short break. When we come back, this is Sport Orbit. Don't go nowhere.
Sports Orbit. We make the world go round.
Hello and welcome from that short break. You've still Sports Orbit right here on the Leadership Podcast. To the news coming from the Super Falcons at this point in time, where Ashley Pumphrey has been made one of the vice of the Leicester City side of England. It's just the women team of new development for her.
Yeah, nice one, good one. I mean, for it was just in June when she got her first senior call-up for Nigeria after she actually signified her interest in actually representing the Super Falcons at the international level. So, good one for her. I mean, this kind of news that we expect to be hearing. Someone playing for the Super Falcons to, be able to step in when the captain of, the Leicester City women's team is not available. It's a good one. So, we really hope that she'll bring her experience to bear to the Super Falcons going forward.
Of course, just to let you know, news coming from the Nigerian Volleyball Federation at this point in time, they have unveiled 12-man list for the Under-19 World Cup that will be happening in India from the 24th of August to 4th of September. The 12-man list was actually released in the today, according to the coach of the side, talking about Sani Muhammad. The team is going all the way to fight for the title. But looking at the volleyball team, we saw their exploit during the African Championship. We saw what they are made of. Are you certain they can able to replicate their performance in the African continent at the world biggest stage? Because we know that the last time they actually participated, they finished 14th.
Yeah, I think yes, they give us every assurance that they're going to do well. But my only worry is that if you look at the Nigerian Ball Federation, it has always been a one man show, one man support. Because the support has always been the president, not the chairman of the KTK committee. So other stakeholders to come and support this man. Because yesterday, I listened to him yesterday, he was saying that the team is traveling with just the players and the coaches. So you don't just go for a tournament with just the players at home without any supporting staff and everything. So who will run? You don't expect the players after playing all the coach, after him to now begin to move and to do the running for the team. They need a supporting staff who will follow the team to do the running for them.
Even the media officers,
yes, to do the running for them. But because of the fund, quantity of fund, they can't afford to have additional contingent support to give the team the necessary support. And then these are some of the side distraction that against us. If you are going for a world championship like this, we should be well prepared and all the necessary things should be put into.
For kind of sake, this is a world championship, not an African championship. What is the sport ministry doing at this point in time?
You see, but we keep talking of these things. Why is it that whenever we are going into competitions, there's always some form of disorganization? Maybe in the federation or in the ministry, these things keep repeating itself. So when are we going to get it right? These things has a way of unsettling even the players.
Yes, of course.
Exactly. So when we eventually go and these players don't perform, that's why a lot of times I really don't put the blame on these players, because the environment has to be right for them to actually go out there and excel. So you don't expect them to bring water out of rock. You have to put the right things in place for these players to try.
In a decent environment, when the team is going, there's some people who should be able to handle their luggage and their arrangement and everything. You don't expect the players and the coach to also be the one to do the arrangement, who move them on the water. I'm aware there's no any advanced team. By now they're supposed to have an advanced team to prepare the ground for them. But because of fun and just like say, it's not about. I'm not saying it's not about government. If the private sector also volleyball has grown, has come of age for the private sector to invest the money in it. We shouldn't wait until if by God grace and they went and win now, they come back with that. You see everybody started jumping to come and celebrate. Always go to celebrate and without ready to invest and to support the team to go and win. We need to support somebody to win first. You don't wait to celebrate when you are not encouraging the person to go and win.
Of course. Just to say at this point in time, the team is expected to depart Abuja tomorrow for India for the Under-19 World Championship. We just want to wish them all the best. They should go there and make a name for them. So for me, that's what I would actually say. Away from the volleyball story, we'll head straight to the news coming in from England at this point in time, where Tottenham Hurricane Kane is determined to join Man City. Phil Sport has broken his promises at this point in time.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, the report, we got was that at the end of last season, the chairman, Daniel Levy, actually assured him that if Tottenham does not make it to the Champions League or win silverware, that they could allow him go if, a favorable offer comes. But Man City has put a big offer on the table, but the chairman seems very adamant to allow this man go elsewhere to fulfill his dreams of winning silverware. I mean, he has paid his dues for the club. So I think it's time. Although, I mean, historically, everybody, in the world of football knows Daniel Levy is a very difficult person to deal with when it comes to issues like this. So, but the way it's going, Kane is trying to force a move out of, and reports say that for the past 18 months, he has not been happy, So what's the use keeping an unhappy player in your team? So I think it'd be good if Tottenham accepts the bid from Man City so that the young man can go and enjoy his football elsewhere.
Report that is that Man City has 120 million pounds for Harry Kane. I believe it is a good move for Man City, and I'm very, very sure Tottenham can actually live without Harry Kane.
It will be a good month if just like you have to allow Kane to go, but another thing with Tottenham allow Kane to go. If you look at it, if you remove Tottenham now, you know what will become of Tottenham.
Of course,
No, but they played well. No, but during the weekend they played Man City and Kane was not there. I played Man City.
Yes,
that game.
yes,
of course.
So
they are
It's not half.
So I
that
think
game.
they can live. They can live without Kane.
But wait, you know, sometimes you don't. For instance, during the eras of Alex Ferguson, never sell your Man U to his title to his rivals. It's only Arsenal mistake.
Yes.
No any top club will be willing to let them.
Tottenham are not title contenders.
Why are you saying they're not title contenders?
They are not.
To you,
They are.
Are they really
But
title contenders?
but in the last 2 seasons or 3 seasons, they are
They could hope for a top
They
four.
are-
Not-
But you don't
Top
always
six, but they are not-
empower your rivals.
not
And at the
apart
same
from
time,
that.
just like you said earlier, like, you don't keep unhappy players. But it's not about if they are put on table 120 million pounds, you go bring another player.
That's the point. Exactly.
Keep it
Bring
against
replacements.
his will
Yes.
because
You can bring, 2 good quality replacements with that.
I still stand with my earlier position. Don't always willing to empower their rivals.
Of course. Yeah, we head straight to the other, North London, Arsenal are in top move to actually all the way from, Real Madrid to the Emirates. And news actually coming in saying that they are just for a paperwork to be done. For Arsenal at this point
Good
in
move
time,
for
is it
Arsenal.
the best player Arsenal needs at this point in time?
Player. I mean, to have come from Real. I mean, if you know the history of Madrid, average. So it's a good move for Arsenal, and Arsenal has been busy in the transfer market. A lot of Arsenal, even the 2 signings they've made, already has not been the kind of sign. I think Odegaard will add some more quality to.
If you ask me, what Arsenal need now is a change of management. It's not about if you like bring Messi to Arsenal will still fail because the structures, the system is not much. It's not right. Okay, for when they bring a party, people were believing that if party came here, everything is going to change. What happened? Arsenal still knows life. So what the Arsenal need now is a change, is to remove Arteta and bring a mature man. Arsenal job is too big for Arteta.
Which coach do you think Arsenal should actually do?
Conte comes to the session with 1 season. He won a Premier League. He has a Premier League experience. He went to Italy and also delivered the same thing. Try to do the same thing and bring Conte. Arsenal should be ambitious. If case not, Arsenal will go down the line of stuff. For instance, look at the party last season. They bring Ancelotti and you see the Everton.
Of course.
So why should Arsenal of all big clubs, of trust nature, will be handed over to Arteta? And most Arteta job is too big for him. And if you look at this last 2019, he only won a FA Cup. Even when he won a cup, Arsenal finished. Arsenal was not able to finish among the top 6. During that season, no matter Arsenal must break into the top 4. But since Arteta came, he has not able to make close to the 4. Even the FA Cup, Arsenal won that FA Cup just by a chance.
Also was a chance also. Okay. My producer is telling me that in time, but just to let you know, Valentine 1-4 has joined our talking. Actually, playing this, is next season in the talking side. At this point in time, this is where we draw the curtain program. We cannot but go down to thank our sponsor, talking about Mimasa for supporting. I want to thank you, our viewers, for actually joining us in the course of today's program. Thank you for serving food for coming to today's show. Of course, Alpha.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you. Of course, tomorrow we'll be looking at those Arteta. Actually, is the job for him. You can actually go right there on our social media platform, send your comments. Be rest assured we're going to read it when we get to see them in tomorrow's program. My name is Olali. I'm saying yes.
Sports Orbit. We make the world go round.